Yo, 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 what's up, my tubers? What is going on out there in tube land? Got the asshole in the house live on a Saturday night. So far, we got MacGyver Institute of Ninja Technology in the house. That's a cool name, MacGyver Institute of Ninja Technology. That'd be a good place to go to school and get a degree. That sounds like a college that is actually credible. All right, we got JC Dong in the house. Says, glad to see you, Jake. What's up, JC Dong? Question the answer. Says, getting ready for that tokish of the bullish. Got that forbidden fruit. Oh, you know how it is. You know how it is. Bling, bling, walla, walla, bang, bang. You guys know how we like to get this thing started. So, let's go ahead and smash those thumbs up. I want to see 15 thumbs up, and we're going to go ahead and get this party started. Are you guys ready? 15 thumbs up, and we will get this party started. All right, we almost there. I see 13. All we need is a couple more. There it is, 15. We can get this party started, off and running. If you got it, light it up. If you got it, light it up. All right. And as you guys can see, I got my forbidden design on. Coming soon to a different t-shirt company near you. This t-shirt design got my homie Thomas's whole account booted from spring.com, teespring.com. So Teespring has removed several of our designs, and they terminated my homie Thomas's account. So we're going to go shopping for a different t-shirt company so I can get you guys the brand new design. All right. So how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Everybody doing good? All right. So we're going to kick this thing off tonight. We have some headlines. We have some wonderful headlines. We have some breaking space news. Believe it or not, scientists are saying that they think they have found mushrooms on Mars. No, I'm not kidding. Yes, this is a real thing. I'm going to read the article to you guys. Scientists apparently have found mushrooms on Mars. Also, we are just coming off the divorce of Bill and Man Linda, which, of course, is very, very sad. They just seem like they were the perfect couple, those two. They seemed so in love. So we got those two issues to cover tonight, those two topics, I should say. First, we'll start with mushrooms on Mars. Now, I'm just doing a basic stream, so I'm not going to have it up on screen, but I will be reading off my phone, and I do implore you to pull up a separate screen, pull up a side window, and type in Popular Mechanics website, scientists believe these photos show mushrooms on Mars. So I found this article. It says, scientists believe these photos show mushrooms on Mars and proof of life. And then there are these gray things. Look at that. They say those are mushrooms on Mars. So it says, scientists claim NASA photos show mushrooms growing on Mars. In their paper, the scientists analyze a variety of images taken by NASA's Opportunity and Curiosity rovers, as well as the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter's HOODIE camera. Mushrooms could be great for multiple purposes for Mars settlers. So they're acting like that there's mushrooms on Mars so far in this article. They're acting like mushrooms on Mars? That sounds like it could be a good idea for people colonizing Mars. Oh my God, it's getting that bad, you guys. It's getting that bad. Let me continue with this article. And I want you guys to go look up an article about this on a side window, just so you guys can verify this research that I'm not making this shit up. This is an actual article on Popular Mechanics. Okay, it says, "Could there be mushrooms on Mars?" Question mark. In a new paper, an international team of scientists from countries including the US, France, and China have gathered and compared photographic evidence they claim shows fungus like objects growing on the red planet. In their paper, which appears in Scientific Research Publishing Advances in Microbiology, the scientists analyzed images taken by NASA's Opportunity and Curiosity rovers, plus the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter's camera. The objects in question show chalky white-colored spherical-shaped specimens, which the Mars Opportunity team initially said was a mineral called hematite. Okay, so they thought it was initially a mineral called hematite. Later, studies refuted the hematite claim. Soon, some scientists coined the term Martian mushrooms to describe the mysterious objects, because how many resemble lichens and mushrooms, while in another study, fungi and lichen experts classified the spheres as puffballs, a white spherical fungus belonging to the phylum Basidiomycota. Phylum Basidiomycota, found on Earth. So now they're saying that they resemble a fungus found here on Earth. Wow, let's continue. In the new paper, the scientists point to a set of opportunity photos that shows 9 spheres increasing in size and an additional 12 spheres emerging from beneath the soil. Over a 3-day sequence, the researchers claim Martian wind didn't uncover the amorphous spheres, and that they expand in size or conversely change in shape, move to new locations, and or wane in size and nearly disappear. Then they have this black and white photo. See those dots? Martian mushrooms, y'all. Martian mushrooms. That's how you know it's real. They have the black and white photos. All right. And again, this is in Popular Mechanics, saying that there is mushrooms on Mars, apparently. All right, let's finish up this article. The scientists continue. Many of these ground-level spherical specimens also have stalks or have shed portions of their outer membranes, possibly crutose, and are surrounded by white chunks and fluffy spore-like material, and may consist of leprose. Oh, okay. So we're going to pretend that these are actual mushrooms growing on Mars. Sure. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've actually grown mushrooms, and if you don't get the conditions just perfect, they don't grow. So you have to not only get the temperature just right, you have to get the humidity level just right. You can't have too much CO2. There was a lot of factors in growing just a very simple, easy to grow psilocybin mushroom. And so if you didn't do that correctly, the mushrooms wouldn't grow. But we're going to go ahead and pretend like there's mushrooms on Mars now. Okay. It says crustose and leprose are kinds of fungus surface textures where crusts or scales form and can flake away. Then they have some more black and white pictures. See? That's how you know it's legit. The presence of these peripheral parts is important, the scientists say, because it helps them make the case what we're seeing really is fungus instead of simply some spherical rocks. Mushrooms grow and reproduce like gangbusters. It's one of the defining characteristics of the entire family of fungi. Small mushrooms grow in about a day, while large mushrooms take up to 4 days. In their research, the scientists carefully document all the ways their proposed fungi change from one photo to the next. White amorphous mass alters shapes, location, and almost completely disappears inside the crevice of a rock shelter over a 3-day period. They explain one image set shown above. Oh, and then they have this image right here. That's how you know it's legit, bro. Yeah, see? Oh, very detailed. Besides something like a gust of wind blowing away loose sand, fungi are one of the only living things that can experience such noticeable growth and change in just a few days. The scientists acknowledge the evidence they present isn't ironclad. Let me repeat that part. The scientists acknowledge the evidence, quote unquote, they present isn't ironclad. Well, no shit. Mushrooms growing on Mars isn't ironclad? Yeah, no shit. And it seems to predict the scrutiny that will inevitably come with the paper. Similarities in morphology are not proof of life. It is possible that all specimens presented here are abiotic. We cannot completely rule out minerals, weathering, and unknown geological forces that are unique to Mars and unknown and alien to Earth. However, growth, movement, alterations in location and shape constitute behavior and, coupled with lifelike morphology, strongly support the hypothesis there is life on Mars. Holy shit, is that not a bunch of word salad? Did they not just like form together a bunch of word salad to say, like, well, we have some black and white photos of some spheres that change shape on Mars, so we think that they're fungi or mushrooms. But the evidence isn't ironclad. It's like, so they used a lot of word salad and big scientific terms to propose the hypothesis that there's fungus growing on Mars. Guys, I've grown mushrooms before, and like I said, if you don't do things right, they don't grow. And so, to think of an atmosphere like Mars, let's say, that would be pretty pretty rough terrain, I would reckon. I would reckon the conditions are pretty rough when it comes to growing any sort of crop, plant, or fungi. And here they are proposing that there could be mushrooms, fungi growing on Mars. All right, we're going to finish up this article right here because my favorite part's coming up. It says, but if there really were mushrooms on Mars, what would it mean in a future where humans hope to settle on the red planet? Here we go. That's the part I was waiting to get to. It says, but if there really were mushrooms on Mars, what would it mean in a future where humans hope to settle on the red planet? Question mark. Well, the scientists say many fungi on Earth are also extremophiles, meaning organisms that can thrive in conditions considered extreme. Yeah, sure. You know, like Mars. In terms of usual building blocks of life, so finding mushrooms on Mars is perhaps less surprising than we think. No, it is not less surprising than we think. It's absolute asinine bullshit that's completely unbelievable. Even if you're a sheep, you should think that that's some asinine bullshit. And here they are saying, oh, well, finding mushrooms on Mars shouldn't be that crazy of a thought. Shouldn't be that unbelievable, right? No, it's ridiculous, actually. All right, let's continue. In his 2018 novel, Red Moon, Kim Stanley Robinson imagined a moon settlement with fast-growing bamboo as its primary building material. It's not hard to imagine fungus used as anything from building material to an insulator to even hypothetical food source for Mars residents on their livestock animals. It says the Mars mushrooms could hypothetically be a food source for Mars residents and Mars livestock animals. Swear to God, that's how the the article ends. Mars mushrooms could be a food source for Mars residents and Mars livestock. Holy shit. Are they not reaching? Are they not reaching for the stars on this one? And you know what? I could see people at home like, that's cool. They found mushrooms on Mars. So if we ever build a colony, we can eat the mushrooms. It's like, let's just pretend there are mushrooms on Mars. Let's just be retarded for a minute and pretend there's mushrooms on Mars. What if they're poisonous? You've never eaten a Martian mushroom. There's mushrooms here that if you take a bite, it can kill you. There's poisonous mushrooms around the forest that if you were to pick one up and take a bite, that's going to be the last bite of a mushroom you ever take. And we're just going to like think, oh, maybe these Martian ones are edible. Maybe we could eat them. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. We're going to disregard the whole living on Mars stupidity and pretend that that's a reality. But your food source being Martian mushrooms once you get there? That's ridiculous. You can't even live on mushrooms here on Earth. That's not even a reliable food source. There's not enough nutrition in mushrooms to keep you alive and healthy on a daily basis. So the whole thing's, or animals. What animal do you know only eats mushrooms? It's stupid. The whole thing is just ridiculous. Now, I do love me a good psychedelic mushroom trip, and I've grown me some mushrooms. So like I said, I know what it's like to try and grow mushrooms and succeed, and I know what it's like to grow mushrooms and fail, and the conditions are a big reason to why it either is a success or a failure. So they're going to try and convince the sheep that there's life on Mars, but they're going to do it in a slow fashion. Like they're going to start with fungi rather than aliens. Before they come up with the alien life, they're just going to say that they found some fungi. They got to start slow and build their way up. You know, microorganisms, fungi, before they can get to the whole, oh my God, we found aliens routine. So that is a real article. You can find it on Popular Mechanics. I found it yesterday. I wanted to read that to you guys. So yeah, it's from yesterday, Popular Mechanics. And again, here's the pictures. See, man? They can't lie with pictures like that. That's how you know it's real. All right. So whenever I go to Google, like they recommend me anything that I've been talking about. So if I talk about crypto, then they do crypto articles, you know, about Ethereum. Here's an article. Here's an article about a Chinese rocket. You guys seen this one? There's a Chinese rocket that is supposed to crash back down and hit Earth. And scientists and experts don't know where. Let me repeat that. There is supposed to be a chunk of a rocket, a Chinese rocket debris piece, that is supposed to crash back down to Earth. Scientists and experts don't know where it's going to hit. Here's the funny part. The experts predict it could hit anywhere from Los Angeles to New York to Madrid to Africa, or in the ocean, or they're not quite sure. They literally said that. I read an article yesterday. I don't really feel like going back and finding it. You can go find it. They say it can hit LA, New York, Africa, or the ocean. And then they go on to admit, well, we're just really not sure where the hell it's going to hit. So it could be anywhere. It could smash through your roof and kill you. So a Chinese piece of rocket debris could fall on your freaking head, man. It could smash through your roof and land on your mom's face. Or in the ocean. Or in Jamaica. Or wherever. I'll bet you it's not going to hit the White House. I'll bet you of all the places it lands, we aren't going to get lucky enough for it to hit the White House. Oh no. And if you guys don't believe me, go check up on any of this yourself. This is a real article. I don't feel like going and digging it up and reading it word for word. But there is a Chinese rocket piece of debris that is supposed to hit Earth, and they don't know where. So what does that mean? It means they could pretty much just kind of blow a little hole anywhere they want in the world and be like, it was rocket debris, man. Right? Let's just hope it's not your face or your house. That would be terribly unlucky if it just so happened to be your house where it hits. Man, these are some wonderful headlines, right? Chinese rocket debris going to fall on your face, possibly. Bill and Manlinda have called it quits. Did you guys hear about that? Bill, Manlinda called it quits. They seem like they loved each other so much, man. I mean, couldn't you picture Bill just giving it to her every night? I'm just surprised. They seem like such a loving couple. It's either that or it was getting hard for them to pass as a couple. Seems even the sheep were starting to question. Are those two actually married? Who are they fooling? And with that said, we've got a lot more people watching. Help me out with the algorithms. Smash the thumbs up. Hit the like button. I want to see 75 likes. And we're going to go ahead and hit this bolski right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. We're supposed to do the thumbs up before I hit the bowl. That's right. I entice you to do the thumbs, and then we hit the bowl. So do the thumbs. Give me 10 more thumbs. We're at 65. And then we're going to hit the bowl. Now it's 72. Almost there. 72. Come on. A few more. 74. We're one away. One away. All right, we made it. Works every time. So, in my personal opinion, it was getting harder and harder to pass those two off as a legitimate couple. And possibly Kevin Kline was done playing the role of Manlinda. Who knows? I did a video here on this channel about it, which I hope most of you guys saw. If you haven't, when the stream is over, go back and watch it. I go into a lot more detail, but I'm thinking the two of them just were no longer passing as a couple. And if you remember, me and Thomas Scott News did a live stream here on this channel, and we actually went on Google and we tried to find a picture of them two kissing. It doesn't exist. There is no picture of Bill and Manlinda kissing. Not one picture. And every time you do have the two of them on camera together, they definitely don't look like a legitimate couple in any sense of the word. In fact, it almost looked like Kevin Kline was the handler of whoever the hell they have playing the part of Bill. Those are not the same two people. And if you haven't figured that out yet, well, then you haven't been paying attention. Seems they've been replacing celebrities at a rapid pace. It seems the person they have playing our president is not the original Creepy Joe. The person they have playing Dave Chappelle is not the original Dave Chappelle. The person they have playing Eminem is not the original Eminem. The person they have playing Bill and Manlinda are not the same two people. They are replacing people at a rapid pace, and America just doesn't really seem to notice. And I'm not shocked because, well, and I shouldn't just say America, the world doesn't seem to notice. And I'm not shocked because, well, the world probably believes that there's fucking mushrooms growing on Mars and that people are going to live on Mars and eat fucking Mars mushrooms and feed it to their Mars cows. So it doesn't shock me at all that nobody notices that these aren't the same two people from years back. So, oh, another one, if you ever want to get freaked out, go look at a current picture of Sammy Sosa. What the hell happened there? What? I should do a video on that. Oh my God. Go back and look at Sammy Sosa from the home run era when he was in the home run chase with Mark McGwire, and then look at a current picture of Sammy Sosa, and then just try and figure out what in the fuck is going on. Each do says plastic surgery, Jake. I don't think it's plastic surgery. I really don't. Some of these people are morphing in a way that not only are their facial features changing, their aura, their essence, their humanity is changed. Dave Chappelle was a good guy and a comedian, and you know, he wasn't like some hardcore truther, but he was a stand-up guy and a comedian, and he outperformed his contract at Comedy Central, and then he disappeared and went to Africa. And ever since he came back, something's been wrong. And if you haven't noticed that he's buffer and changed shades of black and isn't funny anymore and toes the company line as far as all the mainstream media lies, well, if you haven't noticed that, then you didn't know the original Dave Chappelle, because he wasn't like that. In fact, one of the last things he did was go on Oprah's show and kind of expose the whole Hollywood behind-the-scenes dark side, and that was one of the last real interviews he did. But some people just say he got older, did drugs, and got plastic surgery. Oh, and then changed shades of black and got buffer and became not funny anymore. Sure. Okay. Go look at a picture of me from 10 years ago. It's pretty much me. Sometimes I get a little skinnier. Sometimes I get a little more fat. It's pretty much the same guy. In fact, I've even shown you a video when I was a little kid and I was in a boxing match in 1993. You can tell it was me back then. You can just look at the fucking video of me from 93 and be like, yep, that's Jacob. You can tell it's me. So, anyway, whenever somebody gives me the old excuse like, he got older. Yeah, we all get older. But your aura and your humanity and the person you are shouldn't change so rapidly that you look like an entirely different person and act like an entirely different person to the point where we just consider you a different person. It's one thing to have money go to your head and change as a person, but it's another thing to be replaced by an imposter. And so if someone is replaced by an imposter and the only excuse is he did some drugs and got older, not buying it. I did some drugs and got older too. Look at me. I look fucking fantastic. I've done drugs and got older. Look how fucking good I look. I got ID'd the other day. He was like, can I see some ID, bro? And he looked like he was 19. And I said, how old do you think I am? He's like 19, 20? See? All right. I think I saw a few people in the chat I should say hi to. Foamfoot420 in the chat says, mushrooms on Mars. How dumb does that sound? Exactly. That's why I use that as the main topic of the stream, girl. That is my front page. All right. Got my man Lee in chat. Lee, anti-NWO. He is over there in foggy old England. What time is it over there, Lee? How early in the morning is it over there in England? Here in California, it is 10:45. Kevin Guthrie says, Jake, you look amazing. Oh, I thank you. Michael Lewis says, Jake, have you heard of Donald Marshall speak of cloning? Yes, I have. and I don't trust him. I don't really trust this story. Not sure what to make of that guy. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll give him that. It's interesting, but there's a lot of truther issues that he never got involved with, and he only sticks to this weirdo clone story. And so I never saw him doing like any sort of activism for like flat Earth or making any anti-NASA videos. It was like cloning only, and if you ever tried to bring up anything else to him, then he would dismiss you as like being not important, and it's only cloning. And so a guy like that kind of seems like an actor and a gatekeeper, in my opinion. But you guys are welcome to go do your own research and look up Donald Marshall and listen to his story. There's just no way to prove his outlandish stories, is the thing. All right. I'm not going to give my rundown on thoughts of like every flat earther who ever existed and had a channel, because like I've done that in past videos and it's not really that important anymore. If you want to go check out those guys and see what they're doing, go check out and see what they're doing. When it comes down to it, I'm one of the only guys that's went out there and done activism on the streets, man on the streets, news breakdown as far as like being an investigative journalist. And I've made, edited videos where I put music in the background and spend hours and hours and hours editing these videos for you. And I do these live streams where I talk to you guys like I'm looking at you in the eyes, just having a conversation with you. So I try to keep my content very diverse and dynamic. And I have the backup channel where I show you guys what it's like to live the van life. And I show you how to hustle slot machines. And I have a really cute-ass dog that I show off over on the other channel as well. And I make music videos for you guys. I do a lot of shit, okay? Whereas a lot of these other channels do one thing only. One thing only, over and over and fucking over again, and they've never changed ever, and they're still doing what they did in 2016. And you never saw them go out on the street and talk to anyone, and you never saw them go do any investigative reporting on the spot, and you never see them go live and talk to you like this and answer your questions. So there's some guys out there who consider themselves truthers, right? But they're too chicken shit to show their face, too chicken shit to go live and talk to their audience, too chicken shit to step out on the streets and do any sort of activism. I don't need to name names because you should already know, if you watch those channels, who does the things I just mentioned and who does not. If I have to remind you, who's the human being who walked around and said, "Cough directly in my face"? And all those videos got removed. All of them. And they're over on the Bitch Oot channel. The Bitch Oot. The Bitchoot. So if you ever want to go take a look at how hardcore my truthing is, you just go over to the Bitch Oot channel. And there's some pretty hardcore shit over there that got removed from over here. So anyone who's ever tried to question, like, I think you're an agent or a shill, it's like, I'm the realest motherfucker who ever went live on this goddamn platform. And speaking of that, I see 94 thumbs up, and I'm thinking we should go over 100 for one more hit. I want to see at least over 100 thumbs up for one more hit. Otherwise, I'm going to shut it down, and we'll go to sleep for the night. Oh, no, that was easy. There it is, 102. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Someone asked, what's the BitChute channel name? I'm Jake the Asshole on BitChute. Same channel name, Jake the Asshole on BitChute. In fact, my last banned video is pretty hardcore. I I chased off the Bia Lima Lama Ding Dongs and the mainstream media mongers all at once. I chased them off. They were trying to put on a little show and do some little newscast bullshit. And I totally interrupted it. I basically dispersed their entire gathering within 10 minutes. They wanted nothing to do with me. They ran from me, basically. I chased off every damn one of them. You guys should go check it out. It's Jake the Asshole over on BitChute, and that latest video is the last one that I put out is hardcore. It was only up on this channel for about 24 hours, maybe not even 24 hours, maybe like 5-6 hours, and they whacked it. They whacked it, man. So this channel was down for a week because of that. Kevin Guthrie says red Mars mushrooms will make you trip balls. Dude, imagine if some Mars mushrooms hits the market. Somebody trying to pass off like, hey man, my cousin knows an astronaut and he brought back some of those Mars mushrooms, bro. You want to buy some? They're like $1,000 an eighth. I swear they're good, bro. $1,000 an eighth for Mars mushrooms, man. You'll only trip like this once in your life, man, and you'll never come down. Bull Run says, mushrooms. Ooh, good one. Mushrooms. I mean, guys, in order for plants and these funguses to grow here on Earth, you need the right humidity levels. You need the right oxygen levels. You need the right nutrients in the soil. You need a lot of stuff to go on. And so to think of some like totally hostile environment like Mars, which I don't know off the top of my head how frigidly cold it is, but like, no way, man. Like, there's no way. If Mars was a real place, we're going with the notion if it was a real place, and if it was as cold and frigid as hostile as they say it was, well then what plant would even grow there? And that's if you want to believe the stupid notion that Mars is a place you can even go to, which it isn't. It's totally just a red twinkly dot in the sky. But you have to like go along with their retarded notion that Mars is a place that you can go to and just be like, really? So you're going to pass off mushrooms? The sheep are going to buy that? Yeah, they probably will. They probably will. Reed Millen says Melinda definitely looks like Kevin Kline. Yeah, a little too much. A little too much. And then if you go back, just go back and look at old pictures of Manlinda, and it's a different lady. It's a different Bill and a different Manlinda. If you go back and look at old early 2000s pictures, it's two different people. Same with Creepy Joe, the president. It's go back and look at old pictures of him from the early 2000s. It's like, doesn't even look like the same dude anymore. Let alone that video that I posted here on the channel where he had like the weird neckline that looked like CGI neck or some sort of weird mask. Disregarding that, just if you look at the old pictures, it's a different dude. And you know, it goes back to like they supposedly replaced the guy from the Beatles, the McCartney from the Beatles. And so, you know, they've been doing this since before I was born. So I guess they just figure no one's going to notice as long as they stick you on camera and say that you're that famous person and you look kind of like that person. It's all you need to do to pass. So I guess if they wanted to, they could just like add some wrinkles and then add some gray hairs, and I could just be like, Hi, I'm Robert De Niro. And everyone would just be like, yeah, that's Robert De Niro, sure. And then I could come out the next day, some like cartoon tattoos, some like press on tattoos, and I could be like, hi, I'm Adam Levine. And people would be like, I guess that's Adam Levine. And those are the two I get the most, is young De Niro and Adam Levine. Shit, I mean, once they put you on camera and put you in the situation where only that famous person would be, who are you to say that that's an imposter? Right? If it looks kind of like them, that's about all they need. I think in the case of people like Dave Chappelle, having someone like him to speak directly to the black population and control the black population is a huge deal. And so to keep the idea of Dave Chappelle alive, the personality of Dave Chappelle alive, and use it against humanity, and use it to further corporate opinions, further the government thought process and the government's goals. I think it behooves them to have guys like that in their back pocket, especially guys who might not want to play ball, or at some point said that they don't want to play ball anymore, picked up their ball and tried to go to Africa. I think they can at some point just say, let's get this other dude who kind of looks like Dave. We'll doctor him up, make him look just like Dave, sound like Dave. We'll have a team of writers, and it'll cost only $2 million instead of having to pay Dave over $100 million. So I think they could just cost fraction in a team of writers and have a dude who kind of looks like Dave and totally pull off that it's Dave. How would anyone really know? But I've been saying that for years. And it's the most viewed video in the history of this channel. In fact, for a lot of people, the video doesn't even show up on the channel anymore. The two most viewed videos on this channel of all time, Dave Chappelle replaced by an imposter, Eminem replaced by an imposter. The Eminem one got banned. I think it's only available in like a handful of countries, so it's still up on the channel. They didn't give me a strike, but it's like you can't watch it for most countries. And the Dave Chappelle one, like hardly anyone even sees it anymore, so I think they shadow banned it. But if you look at my most popular videos, the most viewed videos, Dave Chappelle replaced and Eminem replaced right here on the Asshole channel. Between the two of them, that's about 1 million views. Yeah, the Eminem one was hilarious because I took the clip of him like doing this weird rap against Trump. He was doing this weird rap against Trump without a beat. It was like an a cappella rap, and it was terrible. And it was like anti-Trump the whole time. And it didn't even look like Eminem or even really sound like Eminem. And then the whole video, I was just basically like pretending to be a huge Eminem fan who was getting more disappointed by the minute with the Eminem performance. And then it culminates with me questioning at the end if it was actually really Eminem. And the video stood for years and was monetized, and I made money on it. And then 6 months ago, 8 months ago or something, they banned it in several countries and demonetized it. So I don't even know if you guys can see the video anymore. I might have to re-upload it. So I was thinking of going back and re-uploading some of the best of the asshole moments, kind of do a montage, because there's some of you guys that are newer to the channel and you might not have went back to 2016 and 17 and 18 and 19, 20. I've done a lot of shit on this channel. A lot of shit. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And so I might go back and repost some of my best moments in like a best of montage. Do says we need a montage. We need a montage. Ooh, and it's gotta be good. It's gotta include all the best shit I ever done. We need a montage. All right. Need a sip of beer after that one. Yeah, I think they've shadow banned so much of my material, and no one sees that old stuff anymore. And I think it would be entertaining to show some of the best moments that I did. Like, you guys remember when I dialed every single NASA number? How many of you guys were here that day? I went live and I just started dialing NASA phone numbers. I just dialed like every single one of them that I could. And I got people to answer and talk to me. And then I started telling them that the earth was flat and that they worked for a lying organization and a fraud organization and they should be ashamed of themselves. Happened here live. Who remembers when I whipped out the pellet gun and shot holes in the ground to debunk that comets are not causing the moon's craters, that the moon's craters are not from impacts? And I went and proved it with my pellet gun, shot the ground a bunch of times, and I showed what it looks like when you shoot the ground from different angles. And it does not make perfectly round fucking holes every time. So I debunked moon craters. Shit. I went on a coast-to-coast tour from here in California to Atlantic City and back, and everywhere in between pretty much, in 2017, and I hung out with a lot of my subs, did flat earth gatherings from coast to coast. I would go out on the streets and go walk around in the mall and tell people that that the earth was flat and that NASA was lying. All that good stuff. I took this very computer to the bar one time, and I showed people the footage right here on this laptop. I made them watch the footage of the lunar module taking off just to get their reaction. And a lot of people were like, damn, that looks fake. That looks shitty. So I got everyone's reaction at the bar looking at the lunar module take off because I knew they never saw it before. So I took this laptop that I'm actually talking to you guys on to the bar and forced people to watch a lunar module video of it taking off and leaving the moon just so I could see their face and get that on camera. Shit. I was even thinking of doing another FEA across the USA, Jake the Asshole across the USA deal again. I've thought about it many times. It's just, man, things have changed a lot, and it gets kind of scary when you travel around with a California plate and you like to carry green. You know, like here in my state, I don't worry at all about like just taking, puff right here out in the open. But like there's some crooked states that haven't passed the, their weed laws yet, to where I get kind of scared rolling through. Like, my whole trip can be ended, van towed, Rusty taken away from me because of this, like a little pipe and a little grit. So it's a little scary. There's some states out there that are still ass backwards. So it's kind of like I want to go on another coast to coast tour, but last time was edgy. I got pulled over a few times and they took my weed away from me and wrote me a ticket in Oklahoma. I got pulled over a couple more times. It got very sketchy. So this time with the van and me living out of it and the dog with me, it's just sketchy, guys. That's the main thing I worry about, is I'm going to drive through one of those ass backward states and they're going to see my California plate, pull me over, say they smell pot, and then they're going to ruin my world. And that would suck. And so then I have to try to go all incognito and stuff. You know what I mean? Like just bring like some some edibles and some dabs and hide everything and stash everything, but it still is nerve-wracking whenever you're crossing state lines and stuff, and then you have to come to a stop, and then they want to ask you questions, can we look in your vehicle and this and that. It just gets sketchy. That's the one thing I didn't like about traveling coast to coast in a vehicle. And last time I was lucky enough to walk away from the police like 3 different times. In fact, I skipped out on trial in Oklahoma, so I don't know if I'm still wanted in Oklahoma, but I heard they've passed the weed law in Oklahoma. But Oklahoma sucks balls, so I really don't even want to go back to Oklahoma. And a lot of you guys live in states that I don't really even want to go back to. Like, I don't have any reason to go back other than to hang out with my subs. So do I like hanging out with my subs because they're cool people? Yeah, it's fun. But there's some of those states that you guys live in, some of those Midwestern states, they suck, man. I would not want to go back because there's nothing really like to see that or do so much that interests me other than to hang out with my subs. So that's the fight, is that I smoke pot and I don't want to have any trouble with pot in any of those ass backward states, and some of those states are not that fun. And so I have friends in states that I don't really care about that much and don't really want to go back to, but I do want to see those friends. Some of you guys live in like Ohio and Kansas and shit like that, and you guys are like, come back to Ohio, come back to Kansas, come to Cleveland, come to Detroit. It's like, none of those places are really that wonderful. It's mostly just fun to hang out with you guys and be around people who think alike. And so I had a lot of fun in all those cities that I visited and on the tour, but none of the states, not many of the states were that impressive that I'm dying to go back. So there's like 3 or 4 states that I really liked a lot, and then there were probably 10, 15 of them that were kind of like, whatever. So it's kind of like when a band goes out on tour. You know what I mean? There are bands, when they go out on tour, they're going to have their 3, 4 favorite cities they love to play, and then there's going to be like 10, 20 towns that are just like, whatever, I'm going to go play the show, but I'm not going to hang out in Iowa. It's not like I'm like, man, I got to get back to Iowa. That shit's so amazing over there. No. Nothing against the people in Iowa. Cool people or whatever. It's just like there's some states over there in the Midwest that just don't have anything that interests me. Seven Lesnitsky says, oh, hold on. Your donation's running away from me. Seven Lesnitsky says, what's up, Shrooms on Mars? What's the rundown on what you've been talking about the past hour? Well, I appreciate your donation, and I will catch you up. And anyone else who is just now showing up, I'm going to give you the rundown. Apparently, scientists think they may have found mushrooms on Mars. I found an article on Popular Mechanics. It says, scientists believe... Hold on. Scientists believe these photos show mushrooms on Mars and proof of life. Then they have these photos. See? Mushrooms on Mars, man. You can tell it's Mars, man, because of gray. And then you can tell those are mushrooms because they're white. Duh. So they're saying that they think they found mushrooms on Mars. At first they thought that they might be rocks or mineral deposits, but now they think that there's some sort of fungus or mushroom growing on Mars. So their leading hypothesis, and this is no joke, according to this article on Popular Mechanics, is that the scientists and experts believe that these are some sort of fungus or mushroom growing on Mars. They go on to say that this is important because these mushrooms could be used as a food source for Mars inhabitants and Mars livestock animals. Let me repeat that. They think that they could possibly use these Mars mushrooms, indoor fungus, to feed people who plan on living on Mars and livestock and animals. That's what they're proposing. No, I'm not joking. Yes, it's a real article. So if you guys want to fact check that, the article, I read the whole thing earlier. I'm not going to read it again word for word, but it's Popular Mechanics. It was out yesterday. And the title says, "Scientists believe these photos show mushrooms on Mars." And it has this black and white photo. Oh, here's some more. Here's some more, see? So that was the lead story that we started off with, just catching anyone up who missed the story, that they're actually proposing that they think they found not life on Mars, but mushrooms on Mars. So what I was saying is that they're going to start with baby steps like microorganisms and mushrooms, and then they're going to build their way up to full-blown aliens, you know. So before they can get to like full-blown aliens, they're going to start you off with baby steps like fun guys. Hey guys, isn't it fun that there might be some fun guys on Mars? Isn't it fun, guys, that they discovered some fun guy on Mars? What next? Aliens? Maybe. Yes, probably. All right, 180 people watching, 129 thumbs up. Good times. All right. So that was the main headline. And then, before I forget, another main headline was that Bill and Manlinda have, of course, split up. And, of course, those two seem like the perfect couple. They seem like they were going to stay together forever. Either that or they were starting to not pass as a couple in the public eye. And possibly the Central Intelligence dudes decided to separate the two. Or maybe Kevin Kline wants to go do something else. Maybe he's tired of wearing the wig. Or maybe because we talked about it and we blew the whole thing out of the water a long time ago, me and Thomas right here on this channel said that there's 0 pictures of the two of them kissing, 0 pictures of the two of them doing anything lovey-dovey. So I like to think that me and Thomas Scott News are the reason why they split up. So I like to take credit for the divorce. Whether I'm right or wrong, it just feels good to think that I caused them to get divorced. I caused Bill and Manlinda to get divorced because I told everyone that they were a fake couple and that they were imposters. La, 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 la. And so the CIA split them up so that they wouldn't look like a couple anymore and get embarrassed. Ha, 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 ha. At least that's what I think. I think it was me. It was totally me. Partially Thomas Scott too. And we pointed out, we were the first and only ever YouTubers to do an extensive Google search live to show whether or not we could find a picture of them kissing, and we couldn't find one. We couldn't find a picture of them kissing, couldn't find a picture of them doing anything that looked loving or like a couple in any sort of way. And they got a divorce now shortly after. So I can't help but feel directly responsible for the dudes down at the CIA for saying, like, we should probably split these two up because they aren't really pulling it off anymore. People are no longer buying it. And the Jake the Asshole guy just keeps talking about it on his channels. We should probably just pull the plug on this one and do damage control. So now they have everyone feeling sympathy for the two, right? All right. And also, major news, China sent up a rocket and there's some debris that is supposed to fall back down to Earth. A big chunk of rocket debris, a huge chunk, is going to fall down to Earth. And get this, experts aren't sure where. So apparently they have experts. And I read this in the article and I thought it was funny. It said, experts aren't sure where the Chinese debris is going to fall. Like, who goes to school to learn about where Chinese debris is going to fall? And if you are an expert, shouldn't you know where it's going to fall? Anyway, so the experts don't know where it's going to fall. And they say it could hit Los Angeles, New York, Africa, or anywhere out in the ocean. And then they go on to say, and they're not totally sure where it's going to land. So they basically just put the notion out there that a Chinese rocket is going to fall on your head. You're going to be asleep, Chinese rocket going to come through your roof, crush you and your face and your mama. Could come down anywhere. Could come down here, Key Largo, Montego, Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, all that stuff. You don't know where it's going to land. Don't you love it? It's like some Chinese debris roulette. Wouldn't you like to be the lucky person that dies from that? That's like hitting the lottery. All right. FlatEarthChannel.com has sent a donation and says, "What's up, Flat Earth asshole?" Not much. I'm just streaming away. So, something to look out for when you're sleeping at night and when you're walking around outside. You're probably going to want to just stare at the sky. I was thinking from now on, in fact, starting now, probably just going to walk around like this. That way, if I see the debris coming at me, I'll know like to get out of the way. So I was thinking like starting now, since I'm thinking about it, and until it lands and hits somewhere, I'm going to be looking up in the sky a lot. How about you guys? Mr. Clean says, "Hey, it's a good way to go out." Yeah, it would be, man. Alan Fake says, "You are amazing," and sends in a donation of, I think, some euros. Awesome. I take all forms of currency here that the Super Chat accepts. Whatever the Super Chat accepts, I also accept it too. So if you have like Zimbabwe money and your money has like pictures of monkeys and bananas or whatever I don't even know, I accept that most likely. All right, so I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And before I go, can you please do me a favor if you have not already and smash the like button? It helps with the algorithms, and it helps more people see the video and stuff like that. Or so I've been told. I don't even know if it even helps, but it makes me feel good to see the number. And I want to thank my mods for being here, Foamfoot420. And I also want to thank Lee from good old jolly England coming over and modding in my chat. And anyone who donated, thank you very much. Anyone who typed in, a comment, thank you very much. And even if you didn't participate in the chat, you just hung out at home, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. You guys are a lovely audience, and I'm thinking I will make a video probably about the Mars mushrooms in detail tomorrow. I'll like put together maybe a more detailed video. But I just wanted to break the news to you guys tonight in live format and check in with you guys because I haven't seen you in such a long time. And the new shirt design will be coming soon on a new shirt platform. So until next time, this is your boy Jake the Asshole signing out. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and now here comes all these donations. It's like you guys don't want me to go.
Thank you very much for the donation. It makes me not want to leave. It makes me want to get down. It makes me want to get to the chopper.
There you go. There's some Arnold for you before I go. Thank you, DSL 1984 for the donation. I appreciate it. All right, guys. So until next time, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Take Rusty for a final night walk, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.